All right, we got our first raid. Sappers, 3 group sappers. Will fog affects accuracy indoor? No, you can. No, not in that same way. No. All right. Holy crap! 70 cobras. I'm no biologist, but I don't think this is what a cobra sounds like. Let me double check these doors. Closed. 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 Okay. All right, looks like we got some guard dogs outside. Hopefully no one has a breakdown and opens that door, or else they're in for a bad time. You've never heard that sound? Yeah, the cobra sound is a weird one. The rhinos that sound like balloons rubbing together. It's kind of weird. Need a pirate raid coming behind these. Vat Dwarf. Oh no, Vat Dwarf. You see that? They got the wrong ideology. So these ones, we're going to actually leave them in the vat. We usually don't, but I'm going to this time. A snake pit? Yeah. Otik has summoned Skygod. All right, Skygod. What's a commandment we should follow so that we don't get attacked by legions of cobras ever again?
Commandment 295. Oh, so good.
What the crap quote is that? Skygod? What are you doing? All right, then. That was something. It's from Dream Daddy also. More like Sky Daddy.
From henceforth, Skygod shall be known as Sky Daddy. No,
not really. Not really. Skygod commands it. God, people summon in these. All right, what does the devil have to say? One time I was at my granny's house and I played one of her records backwards and the devil spoke to me and this is what he said.
Say hello to my little rakes.
All right, cobras are leaving. All right, these friggin' cobras out of here, they are. Let's get out there and get this done. So who's our best miner? Nuclear Rhino. Rhino. Let's go, Rhino. Do I get bored hearing the same sounds of melancholy in a 6-hour RimWorld run? You can't play for 1 hour. I mean, I definitely get tired of RimWorld sometimes. Right now with Biotech, everything's pretty fresh, so I don't get too annoyed by it or, you know. But even when I was playing RimWorld like off stream back before it was kind of my job, it just ate time, right? So I would start playing RimWorld and suddenly like hours would fly by, so. Only play for an hour, it's 4 a.m., yeah. Man, I was always really bad about that with Civilization. It was always like, with Civilization, it was like, all right, I want to get to the next 5 multiple of turns, right? So let me get to turn 75, right? And then on turn 73, I'd be like in the last half of a war, and I was like, all right, I'll just finish this war. And then I'd finish the war, and it'd be turn 103, and I'd be like, well, I mean, I gotta go to 105, you know? So I don't want to fight wasters, honestly. That was kind of crappy. Oh, the bionic leg, though. Oh, and we need the golds. It's only a 1-star. 25 drifters. Do it for peg leg child. I need the gold, actually. Screw the children. Let's take the golds. They'll arrive in 5 days. That's right after Cassandra gets off cooldown. All right, we'll do it. I need it. Doors without gold. Heresy. I could have waited, yeah. I'm hoping that they arrive right when like a different faction raid hits. So it's right after she gets off cooldown. But knowing my luck, that's when we'll get our next infestation is while they're coming. That would suck. That'd probably be game over, actually. Unless some of these kids grow up in time. I need to make a deep drill before we run ourselves out of materials to make one. So I don't want to run out. So even though we might not use it yet, I'm just going to make one. Does 500% affect quests? Quests are impacted by raid points. So yeah, in a roundabout way, it does. Yep. I guess not really that roundabout way. The short answer is yes. What? Answer was related to Pathia? Of all people, Pathia.
Welcome back.
All right, let's bring that in. Tantrum on answer. Breaking random furniture. Because you're hungry. That's another problem with this big map with... So we have genes that are making us hungrier, faster. Oh, I was actually punching the bed that Sloth is in. Anyway, so like going out and just bringing stuff into the base is apparently upsetting because they're without food for so long. What's the thought on the children? It's the only way we can get dwarves right now. Also, children are extremely strong. Raising children is a really easy way to get just godly pawns in general, honestly. But also, the reason we're doing it is because, like, we kind of have to if we want more dwarves. So right now, what is our, like, short-term goal? Short-term goal is to survive this quest, get the gold from it, make the multi-analyzer, get fabrication, get a fabrication bench down, start making our own components. Once we are making our own components, I'm going to try to get our chain shotguns upgraded to Masterwork Plus. So we'll have our crafter, our production specialist crafter, making those, trying to get to Masterwork. And then we need to set up the minigun defense. How are barracks better? I have to clip this. I have to clip this. All right. I have to clip the barracks thing. I need to just make a guide out of it. How are barracks better? All right. Barracks have a way smaller footprint. You can fit way more people into a way tighter space with a huge mood buff. So your barracks is way smaller, which means way less wealth. Not just from the size of the room and the materials in general, but also less infrastructure to heat it, to cool it, less power, less everything. It's way less wealth, which means way less raid points, which means way easier raids. So that's number one. Number two is way less walk distance from everything. If you have everything together in a barracks, the barracks there, they have way less walk time. So that's the second one. The footprint thing goes even bigger, though. If you have a big colony of like 30 colonists and you have a big impressive bedroom for every colonist, it takes up so much space that not only do you have all those other problems, but your base is even more massive, and so raids get to you faster, especially breach raids, right? Also, you can combine recreation and dining room with a barracks, and you can get the buff for all three of those rooms all at the same time while being in it. You can get beautiful or gorgeous environment, you can get spacious environment, you can get all that, very impressive dining, very impressive rec, or wondrously if you get that high, and you can get the +3 or 4 mood buff from the barracks itself, with the only real downside being a -3 for disturbed sleep. It only stacks to -3, and to be slightly less defensive against drop pod raids. Barracks are extremely strong. It's very hard for me not to use barracks. I use them pretty much every run, and I'm only not using it this one just thematically to play differently. If I use barracks here, I could literally fit like 60 pawns in this size space and have them happy all the time. And it would be much easier to deal with. So barracks, for me, and my playstyle, is way better than bedrooms. Hopefully that wasn't too long for a clip. You hope they tune down the power of barracks. I would bet that most players don't use barracks, so I doubt they're going to. In fact, they buffed barracks back. Oh, it's a siege. Nice. They actually buffed barracks back in like 1.2 or something. 1.1 or 1.2 by nerfing disturbed sleep, so. Wait, was that from the quest? Hang on. Yeah, it is. It is. So this is the quest raid. But even this, I'm already kind of regretting. It's like, even with these small bedrooms, right now we have bedrooms for 15 people. And we have 17 colonists, counting the babies that are in there. So, Decade Hospital, not yet. I don't need it quite yet. Yeah, like, I really would rather use a barracks right now, honestly, but how would I wealth dump this? Like, how would I get rid of a lot of wealth, or how would I, like, improve it by using wealth on it? If I was getting rid of wealth right now, I would probably caravan out and sell about half the beer, but otherwise, we have it pretty well taken care of, honestly. I have very little wealth in the base that isn't needed. I would like to trade some of the silver for components, but we haven't had a Outlander bulk goods trader in a long time. I guess we should start probably putting down stuff for a trade ship. I've been trying to get to making our own components before then, but I might just go ahead and use my current components and
steal yourself.
That way we can get trade ships at least, you know. So, my good. Kids with chain shotguns, a great idea. Great idea. It's their favorite toy. I'm going to try not to use this in case we get hit by something harder. You've seen this kill box on my website, but didn't see it in action yet? Yeah, it is on there. I kind of forgot about that. Someone asked about it earlier. Yeah, we need to get those. We gotta get those masterwork weapons. Friggin' wasters. Alright, get out of that. Get out of it. Wasters. Oh my god, kids, you are not good shots. How's the build up? Initial. As long as it's only at initial, we're good. Okay. All right, we're good. Okay, I need to strip this one. Answer. No. Actually, the gas is... Hang on a second. Toxic pack spewing on a doorway that's shut blocks it entirely. We might can use that. We might can use that to our advantage. It's good to know. That's good information right there. All right. That marine armor. Where's our... I think our bloodlust person is still a child, so I don't think he's actually going to be able to use it yet. Come on, child. Aren't you old enough to wear a tainted marine armor? The answer is no. He can wear tainted marine armor in 2 years, but not yet. Not yet, unfortunately. Is heat or cold ever a problem in mountain bases? Yeah, you still need to, like, they're very well insulated, so you do, but sometimes you do need heaters or air conditioning. And if things get lit on fire, it can be a really big problem. So you can roast yourself very quickly. You can have a bunch of shells without walk space. Yeah. They will slow down walking over the first shelf, just like anything, and they'll speed up after that. You see? There he goes. You see him slow down when he hit the first shelf, but after that, he just goes normal speed and grabbed what he needed. Yeah. You don't have to make walkways in your shelves. You can if you want, if you like how it looks or whatever, but you don't have to. I have seen a lot of people that have, like, shelves and, like, weird S shapes and whatnot, but that doesn't actually matter unless it matters for you, unless you like it, you know? A new day of dwarfing. So yesterday was the first day we didn't have an infestation, which is kind of interesting because we usually have at least an infestation a day. I think the cooldown in infestations are either 15 or 20 days, so I am expecting one, you know, anytime. We did just finish a quest raid, and I think Cassandra is off cooldown. Let's see here. Yeah, so that was the quest raid. So Cassandra's off cooldown. She can attack us up to 2 in a second. For a tryhard, I don't know. I'm not a tryhard. I'm a Chillhard, Kill-chan. I'm a Chillhard. No, last night when I was doing the bonus stream and I was playing Total War on Legendary, and I was like, I just like playing this to chill. It's just what I like. I don't want to min max on it. I just play it. And they were like, you can't be chill and playing on Legendary. And I was like, yeah, you can. That's just how I am. Chill is a state of mind. That's right. That's right. And sometimes it's hard for people to believe when I tell them that I was pretty, like, hot-headed as well. I mean, a lot of people are as a teenager, right? But when I was a teenager, like young 20s, like, things would bother me a lot, and I would get angry, and I had, like, a shorter temper and stuff like that. And I would get pretty upset with things in general, and not just, like, with people, but, like, with myself. Like, if I lost a game, I remember I played Brood War competitively. I wasn't at, like, Artosis salt levels, right? But I wasn't too far away from Artosis salt levels where I would just get really friggin' angry. But it took me a while, but that's way behind me. I'm pretty zen when it comes to games these days. All right, so we got some stuff to do here. Our baby dwarves are growing up. We're testing some dwarves growing in the vats for their entire life. So, all right. So, we are getting an extra mushroom farm because each of these are supporting about 5 dwarves. A little less than that because of their extra eating. So we're going to get some more mushrooms set up. We're going to get our bug trap room done. We're working on getting fabrication. That's really important. So we're going to get fabrication. I do need to make some more high explosive shells sometime. We actually do have ground penetrating scanners finally, which is nice. Does it still lag in late game? Yeah. Depending on what your late game is. I mean, if you have a low pawn count, and you have... Oh, look at this. This sucks. If you have a low pawn count and you have a small map, then you'll probably be okay. Look at this. So we're testing out completely vat growing these dwarves. The other ones we only did till 3 years old. So We're testing just vat growing them all the way to adulthood. They got Night Owl, and I don't get to choose, so not terrible, but they both got Night Owl. Isn't that interesting? Full vat grown's really rough. Yeah, it's gonna be weird. The vat grown soldier is gonna be great for the really terrible melee blocking positions. That's kind of what I was thinking. No passions, yeah. All right, we got our first raid, sappers. So it looks like a 3-group sappers. This is interesting. We don't know how sappers are going to act. We have not had a sapper raid since we got into the mountain. So, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna find out, I guess. I'll go ahead and line some people up here. All right, we have an army of 7-year-olds with chain shotguns. Let's see where they go. I feel like they're either going to come through, well, obviously, I was going to say they're either going to come through this entrance or this entrance, but those are the only entrances, so let's see. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. All right. What are you doing? They're avoiding that turret. They're avoiding that turret. Oh god, I hit 4X on accident on my mouse. Sloth, get back. All right, so now we know how sappers act. So I'll be able to fix this now. Okay, capture them. Oh, do we not have that? No, we don't. Okay, ROM, capture them, capture them. So I see what I need to do there. So yeah, the reason the sappers are avoiding this area is because we have the turret down here. So basically, if sappers spawn, I can just throw the turret up into these rooms, and they'll come through this way instead. I'm gonna have to move that back. I'm gonna wait. Sappers are, I think, gonna be overall rare. Another thing, though, is if we do have sappers like that again coming through that way, I could literally just fix this into a shotgun area and just shoot out that way. Maybe I'll just do that. Kind of don't want to have that door there. The reason I don't want to have the door there is, like, if this raid group breaks, they're going to try to find the fastest way to this area. And if there's a door there, the fastest way might be through us. And they'll stop having collision and they'll walk over the top of us. So even though this is going to make it so it takes longer to go get this stuff, I do not want doors in these two spots. I know I'm going to have people ask, like, why would you put doors there? There is a reason. And that is the reason. Because if we're fighting a raid and they break, they're going to try to run out of the map here. And right now, that means they're going back through here. Is there any advantage? You're not using the vat for the first 3 years? Yes. So when you have a child in a vat, the parents get a -4 mood for child being in a vat. Also, you don't get the giggle mood buff. So if a child has a giggle fit, which is one of its mental states, everyone around gets a really big mood buff for quite a while. It's actually a really good buff. So the downside is, on average, lower mood, I would say. Lower mood in the colony. Infection. Oh, okay. No, we're all right. I'm being mostly honorable dwarves, right? So we're just gonna release these for now. I'm so used to harvesting blood, I know already, but I caught myself. Do I need a kidney? I can't do. We're mostly honorable dwarves. I'll show you. Here's our ideology, and as you can see, we are not allowed to harvest organs, so we can buy organs, but we can't harvest organs. We'll get a minus 15 mood on everyone. So purposely playing different this time for our mostly honorable dwarves. Mostly honorable, but still quite bigoted dwarves. What's our wealth? I think we're between 80 and 90 if I had to guess right now. Oh, we're a little bit higher than that. We're at 100,000 wealth now. That's not good. 100,000 wealth against Cassandra. So we're a little over a third of the way to wealth or to raid cap. All right. We're going to see if Cassandra's hitting us a second time. I don't want to do much else until we see if that's going to happen or not. That was only a good bed, huh? Rhino, what are you doing? We only want excellent beds, Rhino. Excellent beds. Rhino, you will make an excellent bed. You will make one. Masterwork there. Let's see what the art is. This furniture is engraved with a portrayal of Anser looking into the sky and whispering softly. 9 emus rest peacefully. The vertical structure of the image almost conflicts with its figurative style. Though few would expect it, a demon sits far from the main subject. That's kind of cool, actually. Don't mind that one. Compelled to open an ancient danger. Have one in the mountain. I used to, but on average, it seems like ancient dangers just don't have what I want in them anyway. It's like a crapshoot, so yeah. Planning to try some gene manipulation with my dwarves. We started out with good genes, but there are a few genes I'm thinking about looking for, yeah. I might look for the toxic immunity one, but then again, I might just look for the toxic immunity lungs, so. Do you plan a separate infirmary? I combine hospital with the recreation room, or not recreation, excuse me, the research room, because cleanliness helps research as well. So eventually this will be hospital and research. Do you ever play a multiplayer, play your own pawn or a few pawns in a colony with another RimWorld? I don't know, maybe. Warren and I have had this conversation like for years that if they ever add multiplayer outside of a mod, we'll do a multiplayer no pause run together. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the big thing right now is getting fabrication done. I'm actually thinking about getting another research bench. How many yeah, we could do that. We could do that. All right, lumberjack, it's converting time. Get over here, little kid. There we go. Lumberjack is a true dwarf. He believes in the true dwarven gods now. All right, so I want to get this set up for any of that sapper shenanigan. So it'll just be really similar to this, almost identical, just not as large probably. So I'll probably replace those 2 sections with plasteel. So melee, 1, 2, 4 shooters. You know, I could actually put the breacher bait turret over here and then just have a sapper turret up here, and then I just don't have to worry about any of it. I think even putting it over here out of line of sight of this area, sappers are going to try to come through here, although they might dip down in here. So yeah, I think I might do the little cubby. I gotta decide where I want to do it. That'd be just right here, I guess, would be easy to open. Yeah, we'll test it out. We'll test it on the next sapper group. So we'll just do it like that. We can even just leave it on, right? Shelter for an ally. Host her for 9 days. Poor melee gene pack. I don't think so. Wow, look at this crappy pawn. Holy crap. This is a baseliner with delicate, pyro, and creepy breathing. Now, they have some good passions, but look at this. That's the opposite traits from a god pawn. It's not a matter of keeping a pyro happy. So the thing about a pyro, for anyone that doesn't know, they can have extreme breaks, fire breaks, even if they're happy all the time. I think on average, they're going to have a fire breakdown once every 50 days. I think it's 50 days. And you can even have their mood maxed 100% at all times, and they will still have the breakdown. So it's easy to keep a pyro happy and even easier to keep them happy now, but you cannot keep them from having the breakdown. They will have it no matter what their mood is. Yeah, they get bonuses from carrying incendiary type things, and they also get a bonus now from being near campfires. But that mood is nice, but it won't stop their breakdowns, unfortunately. Yeah, so Gourmand is the same way. A Gourmand breakdown, their breakdown can replace a minor breakdown, but they'll have it at any mood. So a Gourmand can have their food breakdown even if they're super happy.
Oh.
This is not a challenge run. The challenge of this is it's 500% no pause, and I'm just playing differently. So I'm not using my standard kill boxes. I'm not using the singularity kill box. I'm not using any guns outside of heavy guns. But this one is just a themed, fun playthrough. Biotech has only been out for a week and a half. So I already had people commenting on YouTube on my first Biotech run saying, what's the point of this run? This doesn't seem very challenging for you. I'm like, I'm still learning Biotech. So I'm playing 5% no pause still, which is still challenging, believe it or not. But it's not anything like balls to the wall. Let's one up myself and do something crazy that I've never done before. It's still just playing with Biotech, having fun in the new expansion, and adding a couple things as we go. Like in this one, like I said, I'm only using heavy weapons. I'm not using traditional kill boxes. I'm not using the singularity. I'm not using a burn box. I'm not sacrificing anyone. I'm not using the overpowered barracks. So there's a lot of things I'm doing differently just to do differently. But yeah, I don't have to like, every run has to one up the previous run or something. This run, as far as like what I'm trying out with Biotech, this one is mainly about trying out the, really getting into the baby system. We are having babies that are raised with care, like naturally. We're having babies that are vat grown. We're trying out the gene system, especially the make your own xenotype system, and things like that. So that's the main purpose of this run. And the theme behind it is that we're dwarves. So I think Cassandra might have gone on cooldown. She might have only hit us once this time. We're learning to exploit children in the Rim, yeah. Colony, I craft microbrewery. Are you mass producing swill? 215 beer. That's microbrewery level, right? That's intermediate. We're in between microbrewery and mass production. Good question. I haven't had that question yet. Why am I building the roof over? I'm not. Oh, I am, but it was an accident. Thank you. Good catch. I just misclicked. Good catch. Thank you, King. As you can see, I usually don't. I put no roof there so the heat doesn't build up. I just misclicked the wrong one down here. Good catch. Do I have insects disabled? No, I do not. I literally have only disabled bugs one time, and it was like a year and a half ago. Literally one time. 4,000 hours in the game. I disabled one time a year and a half ago. I will never live it down, apparently. No, we've had infestations already. You screw one goat. You screw one goat. You know, you fix a toilet. You're not a plumber. You know? Maybe you repair your door frame a little bit. You're not... You get the idea. Answer the same question a billion times. But you screw one goat. And they call you... You guys know that joke, I'm sure. Just because I commit war crimes doesn't make me a war criminal. It's new area 4. This is for a bug bait. Bug bait. No, I don't ever or disable any of the events or factions or anything like that. I did it for the very first run of ideology, just when we were testing out ideology. Now people come in every day and ask, is there a reason I don't have chairs for workstations? Yes. With the biphasic schedule, they are sleeping in excellent or masterwork beds twice a day, and it's capping their comfort twice a day. So adding chairs and stuff at workstations, we did the math on it. On average, it's going to increase someone's comfort about 4% throughout an entire day, which is nothing. And so if I added chairs at the workstations, I get more raiders. It adds more wealth, it adds more raid points, and therefore I get more raiders. So by not putting chairs in, and even on 500%, it's not that much wealth. But if I put chairs in, I could get a couple more raiders for 4% more comfort. So yeah, for me and my playstyle and the schedule that I have up, it literally doesn't matter at all. And obviously, as you can see, everyone's happy, so. But that's why. All right, who's next on this list here? Pfeiffer. Convert that little child. Believe in the Dwarven ways, Pfeiffer. Good job, Pfeiffer. Good job. Did I disable goat screwing in this run? Disable by default, yeah. 79%. Let's do it. Wow, they all took out their beers after that was done. Oh, Pfeiffer is at... What? He was at 0.01%. I've never seen it so low. It just ticked up to 0.02. Wow, that's kind of crazy. I've never seen anyone's belief so low. What is a 0.01% belief? That's like you literally know something's not true, but you you just still want to believe it a little bit. Like, I know because I spilt this salt on the table, it doesn't mean anything bad's going to happen. But just in case, I'm going to take some. I'm just going to throw it over my shoulder. Just in case. It's like Santa. I'm going to keep believing or else I'm not going to get extra presents.